That's right. A very good evening to each and every one of you. That's right. Good to have you guys on the live tonight. Great to see you folks on a Friday night. Good to have all of you here, folks. Let's fight, let's fight, let's fight. Share, share, share. Y'all know the routine, good folks. Share the live and smash that emoji button. Yvonne Daly and all the other folks joining us tonight. We're so happy and so privileged that you guys are here with us. John Jones, we see you. Cheryl Glenn, I see Chan Sudhari, Donette, Wendell, Diane, Cheryl, Eula, Lafferman, Abida, Karen. Good to have you folks on the live tonight. It's Friday night. Then we're off to Berbice. Karen McPherson, big weekend in Berbice. Myrna, Leon, Deborah, Debbie Apple, and all the other folks joining us. Pace and power. Wherever you're joining us from, folks, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome in the ring. How you all folks doing? I'll be upset soon. How are you folks doing? Leon Logan and all the other folks joining us. How are you guys doing? Pace and power, pace. How are you guys doing? It's the weekend, folks. Hope you got some plans. The Lines for Change had a press conference today. Leader of the Lines for Change, Kemraj Ramjitan. Very suspicious. Very, very suspicious what's happening with the Marriott. It takes so long to get the fairly thing. The man cramp out. The man cramp out and gone. But I really want to give it to friends, family, and favorites. I hear the man with the palm with the coat. He is the one who allegedly identified the man with the palm with the coat. You all know who we're talking about. Cameras know the whole thing. Cameras know the whole thing. Take a look, folks, and take a listen.
PPP government, since the death of businessman El Batrawi, has decided to reassess the sale of the 197-room Marriott Hotel. Mr. Jagdeo is once again heavily involved in the arrangement. The AFC wishes to remind Guyana that Marriott Hotel is a state-owned asset built by taxpayers' money, but with a foreign brand name Marriott and managed by Marriott. It is thus important that any future sale satisfies the requirement of transparency so as to make the transaction above board and free from political influences. The AFC demands that in these circumstances, a new and more accountable and transparent approach be followed rather than one where a friend, family, favorite, or flatterer will be the beneficiary. One such approach is having an independent body such as a reputable accounting firm like Ernst & Young or Price Waterhouse manage the sale. As is the practice with these firms, there would be the creation of a data room set up with all pertinent information needed to attract the best offer from credible investors, namely with good track record in the tourist and hospitality industry, inclusive of their audited financial accounts, evaluation, management agreements, among other requirements. NISIL, which only operates by political direction, must be excluded from such a process. As a matter of fact, we believe NISIL should stay far from it. The accounting firm selected ought then to make its recommendations to Cabinet, or better still, to Cabinet and Parliament. That's the statement in relation to Marriott. Thank you very much.
Yep, that's some of what we heard, folks. That is some of what we heard. Kevin, do the whole thing. Jagdio should stay far. That's what he said. Jagdio should stay far. Folks, you all know the PPP's conference. Opening the internal conference. Folks say we may get a couple of surprises. I would not be surprised by anything that happens with the PPP corrupt. It's a lot of books cooking. is going to happen over the weekend here. Because if you follow our broadcast this morning, I'm not going to repeat myself. I ain't born twice. Refer to this morning's broadcast if you want that. Earphone got to come out looking strong. You can't get a president who claims he's so popular, the whole world loves him, and then you bring in 17 space, like the last time the Congress was held. So a lot of books can cook to make Earphone look strong. But the conundrum is if Earphone looking strong, what happened to Jack Dio? What happened to a lot of books going to cook, folks, as we start this evening. Share that live, good folks. Smash that emoji button for us as we start, folks. With that conference, the PPP Conference as the backdrop. Look story here now, no man. Yeah. Y'all think this country is easy? Well, it is not. It is not. Question of the day. this is it. Little Dubai view. Hospital bed with a patient in it in the avenue. Downtown Georgetown today. So this is East Street. Who's sharing your life? Let me have a second more for you. I'll take your screenshot. Who can smash the emoji button? God damn it. This country. Little Dubai. You know, them boys can go on there at the Arthur Chung Conference Center and they can talk a whole set of things. But y'all know the real story. Y'all know the real story. Vesta Hardy, Cherryland, Angela Jordan, Emily Duran. Yes, where Angela was she was from. Let's see, Angela say good afternoon. Angela, were you there? You in Spain? Sharmila Carter, good to have you here. Maxine Beatrice. Folks, that was in East Street today. Today, fastest growing economy in the world. I guess you can make a play and you can say, well, even our destitutes live well. Folks, you know what came to mind here? I hope I'm not right. Big shout out to all the folks at the Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation. They'll find a place in the street. But quite recently, we told you all that Georgetown Public Hospital Corporation have put out a notice for people who have abandoned their family to come and pick them up. We hope the hospital inside just putting out people, you know. Oh, it's bed you want? Keep the bed. Just give it the space. Georgetown, GPHC, is that you folks? This is East Street today. Fastest growing economy in the world, they tell us. You believe that? I like this kind of hospital. You know, I like this kind of hospital. It's so innovative. You know, you're inside, but you're outside. Your relatives don't need to come upstairs, don't need to pass on the avenue, and you're right there. I think I can see where they're going with this. I think I can see where they're going with this. Efficiency, I can see that here. I can see that. Oh yeah, economy, I can see that. You're inside, but you're outside. You don't got no steps to climb. You walk around the corner, there's Uncle Fred on the hospital bed in the street. Fastest growing economy in the world. Little Dubai, Reno Cummins, round the garden. Don Singh said, what? I can see some of y'all say, I like this styling. Breezy and nice. Sign me up. I can see some of y'all. Sign me up. I like that and everything now. Fastest growing. So that's how the conference is starting, folks. That's the backdrop of what's going to go down there in Lillian. Folks, if you're on the inside, if you're on the inside of Lillian and you get the information, I can see some of them now. One eye on we and one eye on the other. If you're on the inside, do let us know as things progress, how things are going. Y'all know we number. 627, by the way, 6963. 627 6963. By the way, By the way, yeah. We want to know everything. By the way. Everything we want to know. That's enough. If you're on the inside, folks, and something scintillating, titillating, tantalizing is happening, shoot us a quick message and let us know if you're on the inside out to chum. We fast as we ain't for mind your business. Till we find a place, folks. Till we find a place. Yeah. Good to see all of you on the live tonight. That's just some of what's going down. All of them boys do the best. them boys doing the most. This is Guyana. Good folks. Beautiful people. This is Guyana. Doing the most. Well, so I can tell you. You better hold a focus. It's Friday night, folks. The night is young. The night is them boys doing the most. We trust y'all are good and well. All things good and well with y'all. You gotta make it well. If it's in well, please and thank you. If it's in well, folks, you better make it well. Look at what we're following, folks. Listen. GPF in laying policy, they're telling us, amongst the attempts at economic boycott, we didn't land with this thing out of the blues. And here's what it's about. This inlaying policy. The short of it, they ain't going to be providing security services. They tell us. It's just like that. They're providing security services to certain places, to certain activities, like concerts happening in Linden. Hold on. Should I say that so quickly? I think I was supposed to build up to that. The concerts happening in certain places. Oh, yes. Maybe the BC. I don't know. we can hazard a guess. You think it's one thing wrong in this country, now? You better think again. All you think is one thing wrong in the 592. Well, it's plenty. I can tell you right away, it's plenty, a lot of things. This is laying policy. Some folks, commentators, spectators, analysts, they think it's meant, it has the potential of an economic boycott. Because if people say, oh, this country don't have policemen, but I ain't going. It's a specified period that only spans the length of Tongue Day, Linden Tongue Day. No offenses there. Or is it for this weekend? And the goings on this weekend, good folks. Is it related to that? Do you guys know? I know some of y'all know the thing long before us. Andrew Gale, John Jones, leader of the opposition, seems to have some ideas. As we heard during the course of his press conference, the leader of the opposition seemed to have some ideas. Take a look. Take a listen.
We have information right now that the PPP is putting the police in line with the sole purpose of saying to them, don't wear a uniform, but we want you to protect the people at our Congress on the East Coast, which is in a total violation of the law, which should not be done because it is for partisan purpose. But that information would have come to us yesterday. I spoke about it when I spoke to the journalists at the Labor Day rally, but clearly we have to sensitize people to it. You're aware that we have already said that the police has been politicized and have a police commissioner who can think independent to the government. And so the only thing here is to really bring it to the attention of the public and to ensure it is in the public domain. My understanding is some policemen have already begun to seek out. But really and truly, the problem is they should not be using the Guyana police force to protect party persons at the Congress, but that's the direction the PPP will go. So we are improving the mechanisms to get information and get it early so that we can act.
Yeah, some folks are saying this is blatant economic boycott. Friends, family, and favorites. That's what we say around these parts. Friends, family, and favorites. And as we run the Commissioner of Police, you're going to know if this is true or not. As we are on the Commissioner of Police, good folks, all 1,300 plus of you who have joined us already for our broadcast. McGarrell and Beatrice, Kyle and Banjo King. As we are the Commissioner of Police, the one and only. Here's what they're telling us. Fewer serious crimes. You believe that? You believe that? Yeah. Fewer. Choose my words correctly. According to the reports, fewer, a 16% decrease. They're trying to convince us. My Lord, what's happening here? A 16% decrease in serious crimes. What obvious this? 16% decrease in serious crime between January and April. And I don't know how seriously I can take that. Every day we out here, one thing to the next. And this year's crimes, folks, include murders, robberies, rape, break and enter, larceny from a person. That's what they're telling us. Folks, you all in the weeds with us every day. Beatrice said, liar, 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 liar. Same thing. And we touch on these topics every single day. We don't see a decrease every day. We see the numbers keep rising. So where are they getting their figures from? What mathematics they're involved in? That's according to the Guyana police force. You know, is that by half day? Is that by hour? You know, that whole narrative look a little skewed. Savage said, who been fooling? Crime rate high in Guyana. Adam Passat says, it's funny farm. Sheena Hazel, we see you there, Wilma Grant, Rhonda Gordon, Dolly Anderson. Yeah. Well, with this in lying, in laying, whatever you call it, this might change. Because if you got big concerts happening, what's a big concert coming up on Monday? Big concert happening. You don't have any police presence because everybody on escort duty in Lillian. This narrative could change quick. I hope they don't regret it. I hope. Could you imagine? You got a big event in Lillian and the police force got to close down for a couple of days. Right? Because they got escort. The wife, the nanny, the switch over the side chick. They got escort duties. That's what we have become. Quite sadly, folks. Quite sadly. That is what we have become. So trying to convince us fewer crimes. Fewer serious crimes. And again, here we're talking about, according to them, murders and robberies and break and enter and larceny from the person. That's what they're talking about. All you believe that? I have a hard time believing that. Folks, we're gonna bring the curtains down at 9 sharp. All things being equal, if we not finish at 8:33. It's 8:32 now. Let's see how good. Folks, I trust you guys have had a good week. And thanks for being here with us. Look what else we're following. You think it's easy? Guyana is not a real place. It isn't. You see some things happening, folks. You see some things happening. It's not. It's not. Breadman, you're watching us tonight? Quote unquote, Breadman. Thanks to the thing. Pace and power. Guyana is not a real place. Look story now. I can tell you, says the rain. Sing. Did so well. Did so well. Think the selling heat is Switzerland? No, the selling Belgium. And he have oversight. European Union. Yeah. He did so well. He worked his way all the way to Belgium. Ramsamy, I got a problem with Dr. Compton Board. He's an academic. And no doubt when your country calls on you, you want to be of service. No, Sir Raphael. When your country calls on you, when your president calls on you, you want to be of service. See this one here, Ramsamy? Yeah. You see this Jagabat, this Trenchcrapo, this that port? Since a year high, I hear Ramsamy, spy equipment, triangulation, device and all of that. Spy equipment. Ramsamy say, going to Switzerland. You think that John gone out to pasture? I thought he doing so nice. And it's even when they said Harvard or Oxford or, oh, he said he's doing so well. He doesn't. Well, stay doing well and stay out of it now. Stay doing well and stay out of it. You know, as I started with the Congress happening over the weekend, the PPP Congress, as I started there, I saw a headline that says, oh, this Congress will show that youths are the future. All you could have demonstrated with at least 2 of these appointments. You can send this cross in one, see it's the rain, run down the sugar industry, broke it up. But you can send well, we probably really don't need to be represented in Belgium. We really don't need to be represented in Belgium. You can send And then people say, spy man now, he going to Switzerland. We're in a bad place. We're in a bad place. They say we harm sugar. They give it to this fella here. Mineral and syncopant. The sugar industry in this country is worst off. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis, Rising. It's worst off. Ramsamy was hiding on all this time. 4 years in, we now manning the Brazil desk. That's where Dr. Compton Bourne is going. We now manning Belgium. We now manning Switzerland. You get some short tenures. Enjoy it while it lasts. Very, very short tenures. Right? I left out Dr. Compton Bourne here because I know he's an academic. But it's the other two. Debbie wants to know what's going on at CPC. Well, that's enough. How much time you got, Debbie? How much time you have? A lot of people undermining the people who are supposed to be in charge there. People come as consultants. They want to run the show. How much time you got, Debbie? Friends, family, and favorites. Debs, how much time you got? I got to spend a whole show just on what's happening there at CPC. Think we don't know? We know. Whole show on the Jagabats and what's happening at CPC. They think we don't know. We know. All manner of challenges afflicting us here. So that's just some of the things, folks. Good luck. Best wishes. Bon voyage. I don't think I need to say more. Good luck. Best wishes and bon voyage. This is what it is. Look at us been following, folks, on this Friday night. Just after 8:30. Halfway through, folks, the appointed hour. You know what's sad? I say it all the time. You all say too, life too cheap in this country. Life too cheap. We say it all the time. It's too cheap. You would think some people in prison, they were on the P's and Q's, valuing, reflecting on the past sins. Not some people. Not some people at all. Case in point. Case in point. Shaman Davis. Storming time. He and his cellmate got into an argument. And they tell us, stabbed his cellmate to death. Y'all understand what's happening here? Y'all understand we're going down? We're coming down? My God. Life too cheap. The value, the way we value life in this country. Much too cheap. Much too cheap. And now he is facing a murder charge, already doing time. Already doing time. But folks, it is what it is. It is what it is. What's going on? all kind of better already here. All kind of story. It is what it is, folks. Shamar Davis shared a cell with Anthony Prince. Shared a cell with Anthony Prince. And as I said, the duo got into an argument. I didn't know who right, who wrong, who at the center, and who at the back. What you could end up prison arguing about? A prison to the point where you can decide, right? You can decide, you can take the life. You can take a life. Answer me that. Answer me that, please. If you know, answer us that, please and thank you. These are the things that's going to be talked about at any conference, How we're not reforming prisoners, rehabilitating prisoners. People come out 10 times bad. 10 times. People say they don't want to do it. Give us a break. And as if that wasn't case in point. Crime. Them boys say serious crime is going down. I don't know where they're looking. We don't know where they're looking, what figures you see, looking at, what have you. I don't know. I do not know. But it's madness. But folks, it's madness. Absolute madness. Y'all seeing this? Huh? Look, sorry here now. Joseph Ford intervened. Tried to intervene as a villager was being attacked by a gang, several persons. He tried to intervene, mistake. He tried to intervene, mistake. Don't know what's happening. He tried to intervene. That was the only fault, That was Joseph Ford rather. His only fault. It's like somebody, Obia, and let's give Obia a bad name. This country. Obia, this country. Few crimes where? Few serious crime. So murder is not serious crime, no? Fewer crimes where? Where are these folks looking? Where they looking? Pray tell. Where are they looking? Where? Dolly, Andrew, Commissioner Cole, Orwin, Kyle, Wilma Grant. That was a mistake he made. It's always peacemakers. I learned that the hard way. Learn the hard. We see it all the time. The fella just went to party fight, pull a man out of harm's way, and that's it. That is it. Our thoughts and prayers with Joseph Ford. Our thoughts and prayers with him. That he hails from Middle Street, Sparendam on the East Coast. Lost his life on Thursday evening after he was chopped and shot by a group of men who were angered rather by his intervention to rescue a fellow villager from their brutal attack. Can you understand that? Chopped and shot. It's like the wild, wild west. And you will continue to hear me lament on the fact that the vice president never gets asked the real serious questions about the real things affecting our society. Never put on the spot. 13 in this country, we lost 2 today. This is madness. Absolute madness. Again, the cost of life, the value, Kyle, we attribute to life in this country is too cheap. Much too cheap. And we got to watch that. Yeah, are you going to church next weekend? Oh, pray for this country. Pray. Somebody should be praying. We so how in here fun. Right. My house shall be called a house of prayer. We so how in here fun. Let me pray for this country. Look, story here now. Beaten and robbed the inch of his life. Inch of his life running an errand in Cornelia, Ida. You almost went the way of Mr. Ford. Now the man says he's fearful. The man says he's fearful. Right? You give him wrong. An inch of his life. You go to the corner shop. You don't know that's it, you know. You ain't coming back. You don't know that is it. Saw a couple of folks robbed after the concert recently on the East Coast, the East Bank rather. They said they were on the way home. They were robbed. Serious crime. Come on, police force. 25 years old. Right? Naeem Bacchus, 25 years old. From Seaview, Cornelia, Ida. Beaten and robbed at the West Coast supermarket. The fellas has been living in fear ever since. Because them boys still threatening him. Right? Listen to this. Bacchus and the suspect. Here what the suspect is known by. You see the names you give people? The man suspected of being in the altercation and confrontation with Naeem Bacchus is known as Chucky. You know the whole thing. You know the whole. He's known as Chucky. What else you want here? What else you want here? Known as Chucky. You hear everything. You know the whole thing. Known as Chucky. Right? All right. Bacchus is frightened to go to his house now. Frightened to go to his house. Right? The BT, according to the report, right, coffee up, bitey finger. These are feral creatures. Heaven help us. But them boys can go and sit down over the weekend and say, everything nice in this country. Everything nice and dandy in this country. That's what they're going to go and say. Nice and dandy. Police locking down people. It's a real upside down country, you know. Real upside. Police knocking down people. Right. This will happen to Rupert Singh. 34 years old. CID rank, they tell us. My God. My God. Carnage on our roads and our waterways. Death by dangerous driving. Is that serious crime too? Death by dangerous driving. Is that a serious one too? I don't know. Asking for report. Asking for, is it? Is that by dangerous driving? Huh? Is that number there too? I fed up. Fed up. Sometimes I don't even want to pronounce on these. Let me want to talk with them. They weigh you down. But it's what's happening there. It's what's happening there. It's what's happening in our society. Reports indicate that Rupert Singh was killed by a police vehicle on the East Bank along the Farm Public Road. Based on report, they tell us, the policeman who was driving the vehicle was on his way to Linden when he reportedly struck down Singh. Not he struck him down. He drove away. Drove away. This sound like the PPP parliamentarian. What's his name again? Knocked down a 12-year-old. Drove away. It's not an offense. Leaving the scene of an accident. Policeman drove away. Singh was taken to the Diamond Hospital. Pronounced dead yesterday. Pronounced dead. And now the news is telling us that the CID rank was subsequently arrested. He reported sick for claiming that he had suffered a fractured hand and that he had gone to seek medical attention. Folks, this is the wild, wild west. It is the wild, wild west. The good book says that in the absence of leadership, every man did what was right in his own eyes. That's why he's jumped. Bantu, Orman Don, Mark, Dolly, Jacqueline. He's jumped. When I hear people put earful and leadership in the same question, in the same sentence, right? Same question too. Because this is a country that's an autopilot. This is not being led. It's either without a runner or the Captain, put me ashore. Captain, hand off the rudder. When I hear people say, hey, it's a leader. And then some of them got the gumption to say transformational leader. And these vices of our society persist unabated, unmitigated. But I can be the vice in the wilderness. Right? Tis these Sadducees and Pharisees, these Philistines, I can be the vice in the wilderness. Folks, this is an indicative of the fabric of the society that we have. A policeman is not an ordinary citizen. Policeman hit down a pedestrian, drove away. Drove away. You hear everything already. You hear everything already. Thoughts and prayers with Rupert Singh's family, his friends and his loved one. Thoughts and prayers with them. Wild, wild west. And if I want to say, oh, this country in a better place. Oh, Father, it's where we coming from. We're in a better place. Thoughts and prayers with his family. For information, look story. Look story here now. About 2 weeks ago, Viram Sicharan, 17. I feel it in my bones. My big son is turning 16 in August. I know what an investment a child is. An investment in time. An investment in care and love and affection. And then somebody can come out of nowhere and take that all away from you. Viram Sicharan was involved in an accident at Williamsburg public road under quarantine. Seriously injured on April 19th. 2 other men, Vikash Tulsi of South First Street, Letterkenny, and Randy Manuel, a 22-year-old laborer of Williamsburg, died following the accident. And now Viram Sicharan is the third victim. Y'all see what's happening on the roads in this country? You see what's happening on the roads in this country? There are people in this country who have the capacity to fix some of these problems. Nothing new under the sun. Mexico, Colombia, those people had terrible mobility issues, traffic challenges, motor vehicle accidents, overcrowding, traffic jams. But you got to sit down and you got to think these issues through. You got to look for best practices. You don't bounce on the stage, hante banta. And people left the concert, they're getting robbed, they're getting knocked down, they're getting raped and sodomized. And say, oh, little Dubai, big artists coming now. And you don't even have a policeman to safeguard patrons of a concert. And we're in little Dubai. You better catch yourselves. 17 and gone. Folks. Right. I say this understanding the implications of the law. Right? I say this. I will go somewhere for y'all. My 17-year-old, I would go somewhere for y'all. Thoughts and prayers with Viram Sicharan's family. 2 weeks. Viram held on for 2 weeks. For 2 weeks. But it was more than him. 2 weeks. Thoughts and prayers with his family. That's some of the stuff we gotta cover. Look them boys now. They come back. Huh? They come back. Everywhere you look, you see how they come back. Devils. They come back. Why is it? Angela always get dashed on in the bus. Is it me? Why is it Ejel? Ejel sit down and stop distracting people. Ejel always getting dashed under the bus. Public Works, big head saying, ministry has been delinquent, referring to the vendors. That vendors have been putting up illegal structures on government reserve. Public Works. So he can be penalized. A month's salary gonna take away like Gusai, like Bobby. Or we just say Public Works has been delinquent and life goes on. Everybody hold back in. That's it. Folks, all this stuff happening in this 2x4 of a country. We started there with 15, 2 persons and gone. 2 persons and gone. There's 9 of you left now. 9 of us left now. These issues that don't consume their press conferences, the multiplicity and gravity, Public Works, delinquent. But that's just normal fare. All this happening. And people want to know what the opposition leader think about some boycott or something. You're weird, you know. What do you opposition think about some boycott in the state? Here the leader of the opposition. Here the leader of the opposition. For the closer, not very question. Something Burke said and something Rickford said. The leader said those guys live in diaspora. Let big people got answer for themselves. I don't know what I did. Big people got to answer for themselves. The closer folks. The closer. Leader of the opposition, Aubrey Norton, boycotting businesses in the diaspora. Take a look. Take a listen.
Rickford Burke and Mark Benchop are in the diaspora. They know what is happening in the diaspora, and they will make their decisions as they think fit in the diaspora. It is not for us to decide whether it's correct or incorrect for Rickford Burke and Mark Benchop to take whatever position they want. Neither the two are members of the People's National Congress Reform. They are individuals who act, and if they feel that that is the way to go, then they're free to do that.
Follow up to that, I know you just mentioned that they are not members of the opposition, but however they
Never
align,
said the opposition, members of the
Sorry.
political party.
however they align themselves with certain,
I didn't hear that.
they align themselves with certain notions that this party calls for. So I'm asking, as the leader of the People's National Congress, do you support this? Because again, these are Guyanese-owned businesses, and even recently, Benchcop had threatened to bring this boycott to local businesses right here in Guyana.
If it necessitates bringing it to local businesses, I see no problem. Look, as I understand what was happening, is that the PPP went into Brooklyn and he had some photo ops, and whatever they did, they got some businesses to accommodate him. We in Guyana are concerned that the government is oppressive and to accommodate an oppressor. We in Guyana are concerned that our resources are not meeting the people, and they're using our resources to go all over the world mobilizing support. Now, as it relates to the treatment of Afro-Guyanese in Guyana, it leaves much to be desired. Apart from using some to achieve their own objectives, they have been very, very discriminatory in practice. And if Rickford Burke and Mark Benchop believe that the way they could help the struggle in Guyana is by calling for a boycott, that is their right. Now, the fact that they support the party in some issues and disagree on other issues is also their right. And so I do not intend to prevent them from exercising their right. What I can say to you is that the information before the United Nations just recently suggests that the government is discriminatory in nature. It suggests that it's a wicked political government. It suggests that they're using the resources of the government to oppress people. If they believe that that is the approach they should take, they should feel free to take it. Rickford Burke and Mark Benshaw are.
Yeah. That's the closer, folks. That's the closer. On this Friday, the 3rd day of May. That being said, folks, that's our time for this week, for this evening. And that's our program. Stay safe, you folks out there. Have a fantastic weekend. June Griffith, Claire Cumberbatch, Edward and Enid and all the other folks, Inessa Ward Dean. Thanks to all those who contributed one way or the next to the success of our programs this week. Thank you so much. We're off to Berbice tomorrow for a very important meeting of the Alliance for Change and components of our leadership. We're going to be meeting there, a little retreat, and doing some other stuff. We got a whistle stop tomorrow afternoon. If you're in Berbice, come by Rose Hall. You can hear us. Come by. We have a whistle stop there. We have a walkabout also in Rose Hall tomorrow morning. So if you see us out, say hello. Folks, that being said, Anissa, Vesta, Carol, Joylyn, Candy, Mark, and all the other folks, that's our time. Coral, Providence, Andrew, Delight One, that's our time, folks. Delight One, I saw that. That's our time, folks. That's our program. Stay safe. Delight One, I saw that.